First, on Fox 54 News, new charges against Cameron White indicate investigators are looking into child sexual abuse that may have occurred months or even years before the encounter that led to his arrest. It's where we start. I'm Kenesha Dees. You may recall White was first arrested for sexual misconduct that allegedly happened on or about January 20th. But filings related to 3 new charges announced yesterday indicate the investigation has expanded as far back as March of 2021. White now faces 8 felony counts, all involving a child under the age of 12. In addition, 2 lawsuits were also filed against White, the daycare, and the church. White is held in the Madison County Jail on a bond totaling $400,000 and will appear in court February 18th. 2 new bills making its way through the Alabama House and Senate would toughen punishment for running away from the police. The latest legislation regarding police chases in the state. House Bill 37 and Senate Bill 233 would make eluding a police officer a felony in the state of Alabama. Fox 54's Gabe Glassman explains the impact these bills could have if they're signed into law.
New legislation in Alabama could bring harsher penalties for those charged with eluding police. House Bill 37 and Senate Bill 233 would raise the minimum offense for eluding police from a misdemeanor to a felony. They would also create minimum sentences for repeat offenders in cases with higher risk, like fleeing with children in the car or hitting an officer's car. Hartselle Police Chief Alan McDermott says if signed into law, this legislation would bring more accountability.
If they strike a police officer's vehicle, if anybody gets hurt in the pursuit because of what they're doing. So there is a lot of little caveats in there that's going to make it a lot, well, you can't say safer for the public, but if the public were to get injured, then it's going to hold them accountable to multiple different things. Once somebody's sitting in jail for a few days after a second offense under this new law, that they're going to think about it a little bit harder. It's going to have some more penalties and a Class C felony. You know, if they've got other felonies in the past, it can send them to prison.
But this isn't the first time vehicle pursuits have been discussed during this legislative session. District 3 Senator Arthur Orr introduced Senate Bill 120, limiting when law enforcement agencies can engage in vehicle pursuits after the police chase which killed 17-year-old Tristan Hollis in Hartselle. In Huntsville, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
The bills gained support from Governor Kay Ivey during her State of the State address last month, saying she looks forward to the bill reaching her desk. Also from the state capitol, the Alabama Senate passing a bill today that would allow the death penalty in certain violent crimes against children. The legislation would make some felony sex crimes against children under 12, including first-degree rape, sodomy, and sexual assault, capital crimes punishable by death. The legislation is now headed to Governor Kay Ivey's desk, where it's expected to be signed. If approved, the law would take effect October 1st. And here's a peek outside of our studio. A little cloud cover, a bit different than what we've seen in other visuals throughout the Tennessee Valley with blue sky and sunshine, but nonetheless, it wasn't too gray, but it was cold. Let's bring in Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, one of our more chilly days, but at least the sun came out.
It was nice to get some sunshine for several hours through the course of the afternoon before that cloud cover came in. I can tell exactly when the videos we've shown you today were taken. The one over in Scottsboro that we showed you during Fox 54 News at 5:30 was totally taken in the early part of the day, whereas the video we just showed you here in the city of Huntsville, where the cloud cover had moved in, was taken much later in the day, because that's when that cloud cover really began to build in, after about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But it was nice to get a good bit of sunshine today, though it was still cold, like Kenesha said. Live look out over the Parkway this evening. Not a lot going on. We're definitely talking about some cloud cover. I know that's really hard to see at this point in the evening, but trust me when I say that that cloud cover we just showed you is still hanging out with us. It's still cold. 35 in Huntsville, 34 in Fayetteville, 35 in Florence. We're sitting at 34 degrees right now over in Fort Payne. These numbers are going to continue to slide off through the rest of the evening. 35 at 7, 33 at 8, 32 by 9 o'clock, 31 at 10 p.m. If you are going to be going out for dinner this evening, grab the heavier coat. You're going to want it, but maybe temperatures slide off a little bit slower with the increase in cloud cover. Vast improvement as we head into your Friday. It's going to be a wonderful way to end the work and school week. I'm excited to tell you about it, and I will here in a few minutes.
Again, I love that word, improvement. Thank you, Jordan. A registered sex offender back behind bars tonight, accused of traveling to meet a child for sex. Fort Payne police say Joseph Holmes, pictured here, spoke with the child online and traveled to Fort Payne multiple times to meet the victim. Holmes was arrested in Chambers County, where he's a registered sex offender with prior convictions for rape and sodomy. He now faces charges of rape, sodomy, and traveling to meet a child for an unlawful sex act. He's held in the DeKalb County Detention Center on a $250,000 bond. We'll stay in DeKalb County, where a murder suspect finally extradited to Alabama after his arrest in Georgia last year. Authorities arrested Christopher Jones for the shooting death of Marcus Battles in Mentone last April. He was arrested after a 21-day investigation and taken into custody in Georgia on unrelated charges on May 1st. According to jail records, Jones was booked into the DeKalb County Jail yesterday. While Alabama remains a mostly red state, Limestone County's rapid growth is creating new opportunities for Democrats. Limestone County Democratic Chair Chris Love says Democrats' focus should be on issues that impact people's daily lives, lowering grocery costs, helping first-time homebuyers, and especially expanding early voting to make it easier for younger voters to participate.
Typically, people tend to get more conservative as they get older. Their life views change or morph. I don't mind standing in line for a few hours to vote, but we have particularly a lot of younger people that don't have that time to do that. So I think any way a person can vote legally, and you still got to provide identification, is always good.
Love says making voting more accessible is crucial for younger voters, especially as jobs and schedules change. He also says early voting could help Democrats connect with more people and give voters the time they need to make informed decisions. It's day 5 in the search for the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was taken home from her Tucson area home Saturday. The FBI, working alongside the Pima County Sheriff's Department, and is offering a $50,000 reward for her safe return. Police say they think Guthrie is still alive. Authorities are still looking into a ransom letter, but have not determined if it's legitimate.
We are aware of a ransom letter that was sent to the local media and then to national outlets. As with every lead, we are taking it seriously. We are in communication with the family. And while we advise and recommend from a law enforcement perspective, any action taken on any ransom is ultimately decided by the family. If those that may have Nancy are watching this, the family is ready to talk, get proof of life, because there has been no contact after that ransom note went to the media.
Finding Guthrie has become a race against the clock, as officials previously said. Guthrie's life is at risk without medication that she needs to take daily. And if you want to watch the entire press conference, you can find it on demand right here on Fox 54 Plus.
As I've gone in the profession, I feel like that's what really makes me unique.
These sisters are taking on their careers by storm by becoming the first to ever do it. But more is in store. Stay with us for a special story in honor of Black History Month. And a local community came out to support a local student by giving to those in need. We'll take you to Scottsboro. All this coming up. It's Black History Month. FOX54 is celebrating Black excellence throughout February with stories of resilience and empowerment. I'm proud to introduce you to the first of many we'll be highlighting. Two women blazing a trail in the Tennessee Valley. One works as a family attorney, the other serves as a county commissioner. They're sisters, already a force in their respective fields. This year expected to be a dynamic one for them. Their next moves could be Montgomery and the Madison County Courthouse. Two sisters
I meet with clients. I'm sometimes in court.
on two different paths.
Well, I oversee the Harrison Center here, the People's Patch Community Farm. I have a district office and I oversee the farmers market.
Meet Madison County Commissioner for District 6, Violet Edwards.
Everything that I've done in life has prepared me for where I am today.
And managing attorney Raven Beach of Beach Law Practice.
Sometimes I feel like my own little superhero.
The sisters were born and raised in Walker County, Alabama, eventually finding their way north to Madison County.
I am the first Black woman to sit on the Madison County Commission.
Commissioner Edwards shattered that glass ceiling nearly 6 years ago. Her sister right by her side to swear her in.
It was incredible. It was incredible to experience that together, to have our mother there to witness it on both occasions.
Their mother has seen them break barriers over the years.
When I became the first Black president of the Volunteer Lawyers Program, someone said to me, be the first, but not the last.
But the duo's work doesn't stop there. This November, their mother will get to see their names on the ballot.
I want to be state auditor. When I looked at the job description, it translates well with commissioner.
And Beach is running for District Judge, Place 5.
The district seat that I'm running for is actually countywide, so I will be on everyone's ballot.
It's something Beach tells us honors their mother.
I think that all of this is kind of a ode to her, a tribute to her as well, given that she was also born in Black History Month.
And for Edwards, it's a moment of reflection.
My mother grew up during the time of segregation. She grew up at a time where there were so many barriers, so many roadblocks. Just who she was not accepted. So for her to be able to raise two women who are forces and for her to be able to vote on us that day, I just imagine it's going to be really emotional.
On the road to the ballot, both ladies encountered barriers of their own, including Edwards' path to county commission.
After I won, I just had to sit in and realize that somebody paved the way for me to be here, and that I am making women, and I'm making Black women proud. So if they want to celebrate, then let us celebrate, because it took over 200 years for us to get here.
Beach also knows what it's like to take up space as an attorney.
A Black female is certainly a barrier in this profession, right? Because it is mostly male and white. And I've talked about this before. I tend to stand out a little bit. But that's, as I've aged, as I've grown in the profession, I feel like that's what really makes me unique.
The sisters say the work doesn't stop with breaking barriers. They always want to remember to reach back and take someone with them. This will be Attorney Beach's first time running for public office and Commissioner Edwards' third. A new city annex expecting to help police and fire, and Madison better serve the community, and we'll tell you how next. In the meantime, Jordan, it's very cold.
So incredibly cold across the Tennessee Valley, but the good news for you is that we are looking at much improved weather across the area as we head into your Friday. I'm excited to tell you about it here in just a couple of minutes.
A new public safety annex in town Madison is aiming to help centralize police and fire operations near some of the city's newest developments. The annex consists of 7 bedrooms meant to hold a minimum of 4 fire personnel at a time. In addition, it'll have an entire wing dedicated to police investigations. Fire Chief Brandy Williams says it'll spread out some of the city's first responders and resources across a much-needed service area.
It's important to have a station on this end of the city, especially close to town Madison, because this area is definitely growing. We do have a lot of calls in this area, so it is a much needed station for quick response. It's still growing, so with being on this south side of Madison Boulevard, it helps us get to some of the places that we weren't getting to in the desired time that we would like to get there.
The 38,000 square foot space also includes dedicated areas for paramedic training, the city's emergency management, and the fire marshal's office. It's beginning to look a lot like IKEA. The iconic warehouse store from Sweden is forging ahead toward opening its first Alabama location. And the signs are up. Here it is in Huntsville. This will be a smaller version of the traditional IKEA megastore, but still packed with those signature Swedish meatballs you all love and build-it-yourself furniture. The new location is on University Drive, just west of Research Park Boulevard, and a former Conn's Home Plus store. The 46,000 square foot space is a far cry from IKEA's typical mammoth warehouses, but the company says it's part of a new strategy to reach more customers in smaller markets. Hiring began weeks ago and continues as the store prepares to welcome shoppers. As for when you can start shopping, no opening date has been announced yet.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
The gloom of yesterday disappeared, and guess what reappeared. Sunny sky, pretty blue over there in Scottsboro. Other pockets of the Tennessee Valley saw some of that, right, Jordan?
Yeah, everybody got a little bit of sunshine, at least at some point through the course of the afternoon. Now, have you ever had these Swedish meatballs from the furniture store?
We were just talking about that. No, but I know where that's located. You don't necessarily live 5 minutes away, but are you willing to make the travel for the Swedish meatballs?
Probably not. No.
No?
No, that'd be like a 45-minute drive, and I just, I cannot see where furniture store meatballs, the way I phrase it makes them sound terrible, doesn't it? Would be worth it. But I think it's great that we have another form of marriage counseling in North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee.
Marriage counseling?
Yes, because if you can survive putting together a piece of IKEA furniture, you are meant to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where you were really wondering where I was going with that, weren't you?
Yeah, I've never had IKEA furniture.
Well, it is a journey to behold. It was a cold afternoon across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Temperatures only climbed into the upper 30s and lower 40s. That IKEA furniture in puzzles, that's what tests your marriage, is what I have learned. We saw 37 in Huntsville today. We saw 38 in Athens. We saw 42 over in Florence. Our friends over in Northwest Alabama did manage to crack the lower 40s. So did our friends over in Fort Payne. They saw a high temperature this afternoon of exactly 40 degrees. Live look out over the Parkway, nice and quiet this evening. Traffic seems to be moving smoothly. There's an abundance of traffic this evening, of course. We're kind of right in the middle of the evening rush hour. Those folks are cold tonight. 35 degrees right now in Huntsville, 36 in Coleman, 34 in Pulaski, sitting at 36 right now in Moulton. We're all nice and warm inside our buildings. Hopefully our friends and loved ones will get home soon and they can get warm as well. It's going to be a cold night. Temperatures dropping into the lower 30s. Got a low temperature right around 30 degrees. Cold again early in the morning for the Friday morning commute. 32 at 7, 35 by 8. Definitely going to want to bundle up. But look at this. We actually do a pretty good job at warming up as we head into the later part of the morning with plenty of sunshine. 40 degrees at 9, 44 degrees by the time we get to 10 a.m. So by the time we get to the later part of the morning on Friday, we are going to be much warmer compared to what we were talking about this morning. Now, we still got a couple of cold mornings ahead of us. Saturday, 32 degrees. Sunday, we're going to start the day right off around 25. But then we see some improvement. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, it's actually going to be quite pleasant and even nice to head out the door for work as we head into the new week. Above average tomorrow afternoon, temperatures climbing into the upper 50s, got a high right around 59 degrees. But then a quick little system is going to drop our temperatures on Saturday. That's all it's going to do. It's not really going to bring cloud cover. It's not going to bring rain. It's just going to temporarily drop our temperatures back into the lower 40s. But we do climb again as we head into your Sunday. Got a high temperature right around 55, though maybe you're going to spend more time inside than outside on Sunday. I have some facts. I really like a good fact. If you've been following me long enough, you know that I am sucker for good, useless facts. There has been rain on just 22 Super Bowls. It's never snowed. It's come really close to snowing on a Super Bowl, but it has never actually snowed. Super Bowl VI had a kickoff temperature of just 39 degrees. That game was played in New Orleans. You're thinking to yourself, well, that's okay. It was 39 degrees outside. It was nice and warm inside. Nope. Super Bowl VI was actually played outside in New Orleans, so it was quite cold. If the average game day temperature is less than 50 degrees, then the host city has to have some sort of a roof on their stadium. This one is not in any way, shape, or form a weather fact. I just thought it was a really, really cool fact, and I hope to bust this fact out at some point in my life. A minimum of 35,000 parking spaces must be available within a mile of the facility. 59 on Friday, there's your weekend, 43, 55, Saturday, Sunday, but then we head into fake spring early next week, and that's what this is going to be called. Remember how several months ago we had fake fall? Now we have fake spring. 67, 68, 66, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday, the opportunities for rain are going to be on the rise. Still 60 degrees, though, by the time we get to next Thursday.
I like the fake spring, even if it's temporary. Well, a blood drive in Scottsboro today honoring a boy who beat cancer, inviting the community to help give the gift of life. Tucker Bradford at Collins Intermediate School received a warm welcome back to class this morning after his battle with B-cell lymphoma. To celebrate, Life South brought a donation center to the school for members of the community who turned out in the dozens to pitch in. Principal Bryce West says it can help so many others just like it helped Tucker.
Everybody is excited just to have him back, and like I said, not just him, but that we can help others. You know, that's going, Scottsboro Hospital's just right over the road, right? So that's helping them. It's helping out Huntsville Hospital as well, I believe. So we're excited that, you know, we're helping out others outside of just our little realm. We can help out others who we may not know need help, but we're able to help them anyway.
Organizers say donations like these are critical. Just one person can save up to 3 lives. A mobile donation center is also parked at the Scottsboro Walmart until next Thursday.
Super Bowl 60 is this weekend, and prior to the game, football fans are getting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at the Fan Experience. We got a report from California next in sports.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Thousands of pro football fans have made their way to the Bay Area for Super Bowl 60, which features the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Members from our sister station WTIC are there, and they've got more with some excited fans. fans.
Well, the Super Bowl isn't until this Sunday when the Patriots take on the Seahawks in Santa Clara, but right now all of the action is in downtown San Francisco. I am at the Moscone Center, where it is buzzing with fans of all stripes, all ages, packing this place to do a lot of festivities before the game. Behind me, you see people kicking field goals. You can also do a 40-yard dash against a virtual NFL player. And if you don't want to move around, there's also plenty of time to do things like talk to players that may show up. You can also check out up close the top prize of them all for the NFL players, and that is the Vince Lombardi Trophy. It is an all things football display, and the NFL is kind of pitching this as a way to be a part of this Super Bowl experience, even if you can't afford that pricey ticket to make it in the front doors for the actual game. How are you feeling about your chances against the Patriots?
Oh my gosh, I have not been able to sleep for a week. I haven't slept down here. We've been here 2 days. We got this. It's revenge.
My wife brought me out here for my birthday, for one, so that was pretty cool.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, appreciate it. And I mean, Super Bowl is at the hometown, Niners fan, so even though we're not in it, still got to come.
Steve Young just signed his jersey. Valuable. Very valuable there.
Made my day. Made my day.
Super Bowl 60 between the Seahawks and Patriots is set for Sunday evening at 5:30 in Santa Clara, California. We'll have highlights Sunday night on Sports Extra. That does for sports. I'm Mo Carter.
Coming up on Fox 54 News at 9, new changes to what you can buy with SNAP benefits. We'll tell you what those are. Senator Katie Britt making noise on Capitol Hill discussing Democrats' demands for funding the Department of Homeland Security. We'll hear what she has to say. And 2 new bills considered by the Alabama legislature regarding police chases in Alabama. The details tonight at 9. Well, look at that. A curious sled dog in Greenland ran off with a journalist's camera. That's what you see there. And as you might have guessed, it was caught on camera. The $700 piece of equipment made for a very expensive chew toy. The crew eventually found the 360-degree camera among sled dogs they'd been filming with earlier. After the crew recovered the camera, they made a happy discovery. The dog managed to hit record. You know, dogs are pretty smart.
Sled dogs especially are a whole different breed. You remember that movie, Snow Dogs?
Yes, with Cuba Gooding.
That's it. That is a top notch. That's a Disney movie, right? Yeah, that's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
That is a top-notch movie. But sled dogs are just really cool creatures.
Now you're making me want to watch that, bring back the nostalgic days of Disney movies.
Listen, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't watched it in like the last 6 months.
Oh, okay.
I mean, sometimes as a full-grown, educated adult,